Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, what an amazing day we had on Saturday, guys. The event in London and the documentary was simply incredible. Before I start, I just wanted to let you all know I did not sleep a wink the night before. I tried, honestly I did try, but I guess my brain was racing with excitement and probably a little bit of anxiety, because I've never done any sort of event before, let alone a massive Brucelee event in London where people are coming from all over the world to see it. My brain was sort of going, I've got to remember this, I can't forget that, I must say hello to him. So if I seemed a little bit, my apologies. I didn't sleep a wink the night before. Plenty of coffee got me through. Now, we arrived at the Genesis quite early, and it was simply awesome to see Brucelee, the man, the legend, the icon, up there in big letters on the marquee. When was the last time we see that? When was the last time you see Brucelee's name on a marquee? Epic. Inside, Steve, Mike and the team were already in action setting up, and the place was completely transformed. Brucelee posters and images were literally everywhere. We had 3 quad posters, UK quad posters, either side at the bottom of the 2 stairs going up. There was a massive banner draping over the balcony at the top saying Brucelee, the man, the legend, the icon. And as you went up the stairs, there was like 6 massive warrior prints scattered around the merch table, which was absolutely stacked with merchandise, and behind them they had the original Chinese posters up on the brick wall, and there was so many other things hanging. Honestly, we went all out on this one, and obviously the highlight for me personally was the Fist of Fury diorama from the Hong Kyu school, and we had a Brucelee standee, or Chen Zhen from Fist of Fury, standing tall, and literally I think everybody had their photograph taken there. Mark Owens also brought a couple of sets of nunchuckers, Fist of Fury ones, replicas, that were hanging either side, and people was posing with the nunchucks as well. So cool. Now, before the event started, Darren, who co-wrote all the books with Steve, he flew over from Singapore just for the event. Lovely guy. Dal, if you're watching this video, Darren, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. But I did have the wherewithal to bring my Intercepting Fist book that when I first met Steve Kerridge, Steve signed for me. So I took it down and Darren Chua signed it for me. Thank you very much for that, Darren. And Dal said this is probably the only one that's got both authors signed. So don't forget I'm one of you guys. I'm a fan, you know. So Darren, thank you very much, and it was lovely to meet you. Now, so 9:35, the doors opened, and I asked Mike, do you want me to open the doors? Which he said yes. And I opened up the door, and I was greeted with, all right, Stripey, hello, Stripey. I was kind of blown away, really. I had photos and all that lot, and it took ages, because the queue, honestly, went right down the road. It went right down the road. I thought I was never going to get through everyone. It was just amazing. Who else can draw that sort of crowd? I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Brucelee. In 2025, he's still drawing that sort of queue outside a cinema. But honestly, guys, I was truly humbled. Everyone seemed to know my name, or most of you knew my name, and wanted to have a photo done and was asking me questions. I was blown away, honestly. Once we got everybody in, Mike Claydon, our events manager and host, who'd done an exceptional job on the day. Top Cat 78, you're a superstar, mate. He'd done a brilliant job, and he kicked off with a short speech and some housekeeping, some rules, you know, don't film while the presentations are on, etc. And then he introduced the UK trailer reel, which obviously kicked off with Fist of Fury, then Big Boss, then Enter the Dragon and Way of the Dragon. That's how they were released in the UK. And incidentally, Fist of Fury was released, I think, the 19th of July, 1973 in the UK. So when Fist of Fury first opened in the UK, Brucelee was still alive. A little bit of trivia for you now. And the trailers, which I'm proud to say I put together, had all the crackles and pops like the old cinema, you know, they used to be, and it sounded and looked amazing on the big screen. And that seamlessly went into a Stuntsman's Tale. Steve Kerridge filmed a Stuntsman's Tale with stuntman Pal Poropak, who worked with Brucelee on The Big Boss. So that was lovely to see on the big screen. After that, Mike came out again and introduced some special messages videos, and that was from Joe Toronova, Little Joe, who knew Bruce. He was a hairstylist under J.C. Bring. Yuen, Bruce Lee's stunt double. He worked on Fist of Fury, certainly Enter the Dragon. He did the flip, the backflip against O'Hara. That was Yuen. And obviously a lovely little message by Linda Lee. And then came the main feature, Steve Kerridge's epic Bruce Lee, the man, the legend, the icon. And when the film started, you could have heard a pin drop. The audience was completely captivated. After about an hour and a half, I think that's how long the first half was, as the intermission card came up, the applause from the audience was huge. It was, honestly, it was lovely to hear. Then we had about an hour and 30 minutes to go and get some refreshments. The merchandise stalls was open, which was very, very busy, and people could have a little chat, take some photos in front of the posters and the diorama. And honestly, I was shown books about people's lives and what they'd done, and photos on their phone. And yes, again, I was given some gifts. Thank you guys, but I'll get to that in a little while. Also, there was a playlist created by yours truly, playing in the background of the bar area, all certain tracks from Bruce Lee's films, just playing quietly in the background to create that ambience. But Steve, Mike and myself were really, really busy taking photos, chatting to people, working the room. And guess who turned up? Piet Schwer. Piet Schwer, one of the thugs from The Way of the Dragon. What a lovely guy. I had my photo taken with Piet. So good to have him there. Didn't even know he was coming. And then it obviously was back into the cinema for part 2 of the documentary. 2 more hours of absolute brilliance, and again, total silence and total focus. And when the credits rolled at the end of the film, the audience erupted with a massive round of applause, and well deserved, Steve, well deserved, mate. Then Mike and Steve took to the stage for the Q&As, which was kind of fun. That's up on YouTube, by the way. So Steve and Mike had a little Q&A, and then I was given the microphone to run around the audience so they could ask questions. Bearing in mind, guys, I hadn't slept the night before. And then it was the raffles, the prizes, and we got Piet to pull out the raffle tickets. So how cool was that? And we raised, for the Bruce Lee Foundation, £760. So thank you all. That is something I'm really, really proud of. And then Mike finished off with some thank you messages. So yeah, it was amazing. The reaction to the documentary from everyone was truly incredible. And for me, it was a joy to see Steve, for all the hard work that this man puts into the Bruce Lee community and world, get the recognition he truly deserves. Bravo, mate. Bravo. You deserve it. I want to thank everyone who made the trip to London. I know some of you come from far and wide, as far as America. It was lovely to meet you all. It really was. Thank you for helping make the day so special for me, for Mike, and for Steve, and everyone involved. Now, if you did attend on Saturday, please comment below what you thought of the event, what you thought of Steve's documentary. I did intend to actually ask people on film, what did you think of all this? But no sleep, don't forget. And I didn't get 5 minutes to myself. I didn't manage to get that footage, which is a bit of a shame, really. I really wanted to film people's reactions, but I just got swept away with the day.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Now, I did read a review by Sean Boland. So please indulge me for a second while I read out Sean's review of how the day went and Steve's film. Listen to this. Bruce Lee, the man, the legend, the icon. documentary review by Sean Boland. Let's firstly put this into perspective before I give my review on this documentary by Steve Kerridge. This was never intended to be a Brucelee film festival or convention that was uniquely produced by the Kung Fu Monthly team in 1979 and 1980. Many tried to emulate those bygone days, only to simply copy the format and formula. As Bruce Lee's life was abruptly interrupted in 1973, it is very hard for anyone to find new material, especially as, over the last 52 years, so many books, magazines, videos and documentaries have materialised. You would think we are just simply copying and repeating. What makes this documentary so unique is its narrative, how, throughout the documentary, the story was recounted. This was an exclusive documentary that followed Bruce Lee's career path, highlighting his failures and successes in the movie industry and offering a perspective that allowed us to feel the emotional content. There have been a few great documentaries and several poor ones over the years. However, I truly feel this one has set the standard. For the less accepting few that thought the documentary would be all AI, firstly, it wasn't. Secondly, the small touches of AI added an elevation to the stills of Bruce Lee and company, bringing them to life as never seen before. It gave the documentary a distinctive and unparalleled texture. We all know Bruce Lee's story and it cannot be changed. However, this documentary took you through the trials and tribulations, the breakthroughs and successes of Bruce Lee's journey towards fame and success. There is no denying that Bruce Lee left an indelible, ineradicable and enduring impression on many of us since his passing. His dynamic energy and compelling influence has been a catalyst that stimulated many to be the best they can and to express themselves honestly. What Steve Kerridge and his team succeeded to do was to tell this story in such a unique way that it made this documentary innovative and groundbreaking. Simply awesome. Well done to Steve Kerridge and his team. Thank you, Sean. Well said, mate. Well said. Right. Before I say a few thank yous, again, I was given some gifts on Saturday. Quite a lot of gifts, actually. But because I hadn't slept, I can't remember everyone's name. So any of you guys, I will show them on video, on here, but I want to make sure I credit the right person, right? And I've forgotten. I remembered a couple, and I'll show you them in a second, but if you did gift me anything, please let me know what you gifted me and your name down below, and then I can credit you properly. Now, I know some people go, oh, he's only trying to get gifts. That's all this channel is now, gifts and the event. Look, this is my point of view, right? I don't have to show them, but if someone is gracious enough to give me something, the least I can do, because I'm a fan, I'm a Bruce Lee fan, is have the courtesy of saying thank you on here and showing what they gave me. It's the least I can do. But I don't ask for anything. It just, people just seem to give me stuff. I've been very, very, very fortunate. Now, obviously, I can remember two. Obviously, Mark Owens, you know, who makes all the nunchucks, and he's given me all of them. Well, I've got now two lots of Fist of Fury chucks. The one where he's fighting in the Honkyu school with the rivets in. Look at them babies, look. And at the end of the film, when he's fighting Suzuki, you know them bendy ones with the ribs in? Look at them, look. Honestly, mate, these are incredible, as are all the nunchucks you made me. I'm now thinking, how am I going to display all these? Maybe with a picture of Bruce with the chucks from the film. The only thing is, people won't be able to see them behind me. But, mate, thank you. You're so generous, and I look forward to catching up with you again. And this gift came from my good mate, Amandeep. It was lovely to see you and Farah again, mate. It's always a pleasure. And Amand gave me the pre-cert on video, on VHS, to Enter the Dragon. And honestly, it's in immaculate condition. I don't own a video player, but I probably wouldn't play it anyway. It's just lovely to own. Now, do I get the rank videos again? They were butchered, but the covers are awesome. Right. So there you go. Thank you very much, Amandeep. I'll be in touch soon, mate. And Mark Owens, you're a legend, mate. You're a legend. And Mark does make these if people want a set. I've got them all. Right. Now, I've got a few thank yous, and I've wrote them down because I didn't want to forget anyone. And first, and by no means least, Steve Kerridge. Thank you so much, mate, for taking me on this journey with you. We've had some highs, we've had some lows, and we've had some indifferences, but it was so worth it to me. I really enjoyed, well, I feel like I've known you all my life. You know, you've become a good friend, and this has been emotional. Loved every minute of it. Well, not every minute, I suppose. Mike Claydon, again. Mike was the subscriber, TopCat78, and now he's become a great friend of mine. I talk to Mike regularly. You've done an exceptional job. You was absolutely the right man for the job to host and organise this with your schedules. Many schedules. It runs smooth, mate. It really did. I want to thank Steve's family, and that is Nuan, his wife, Tommy, Som, for working on the stall that day. They work really hard, and Steve's friend Stuart, who does the haircuts for the homeless, lovely guy. I need to thank Darren Chua. Darren, keep up the good work, mate. Dee, Stripey Ramble's wife, Dee and Colin, who worked on the door. As I was greeting people when they was coming through, they was on the door. Colin was doing the guest lists, Dee was doing the paid list, and I didn't put it in alphabetical order, so she had a bit of bother. And then she worked my t-shirt stall. The pair of them did, actually. Thank you, guys. Love you both. Aidan Tierney. Aidan, lovely to meet you, mate. Aidan done the raffle ticket. She's done a stellar job, mate. Thank you very much. My little brother Matthew and his partner Michelle. They done a bit of photography behind the scenes and videoing. Your video work needs a bit of work, mate. We'll talk about it later. Love you very much, bruv. Thank you very much. Mark Owens, who donated some nunchuckers for the raffle. They went a storm, mate. And of course, Martin Shell. Martin Shell done Growing Up with Brucelee, and great book, and Brucelee the Nearly Man, and he donated them to the raffle, as well as a painting he did, and he got the Brucey gi from Sam, who Tom won. Nice one, Tom. Got to thank Woodrow Press. Rob and his brother John worked tirelessly, and Woodrow Press, their printing work is, well, it's second to none. Pure class, pure class. Worked tirelessly. Thank you very much, guys. Then obviously I've got to thank the Genesis team. Nice one. Piet Schwer. Piet, great to meet you, mate. I'm so chuffed to have my photo done. He knew Bruce Lee. He's in Way of the Dragon. How cool is that? And then I've got to thank Dave Chadman. Thank you. Joe Toranova. Yunhua. Linda Lee, of course. And not forgetting the main man himself, Bruce Lee. The guy that brings us all together. Right, that's it. That's it. That was quite hard, that was. Right, thank you all who came on Saturday and supported the event. It was one that I will never forget for the rest of my life. It was truly amazing. Now, prior to the event, I said to Mike, I don't know if I'd do another one because all the work, you know, and all that. I think I might have changed my mind. We'll see. But that was great fun. Thank you all. Thank you all. Right, before I go, as always, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, smash that like button. It really does help the channel. Comment. Let me know what you thought of the event. Let me know what you thought of the documentary. And do let me know if you graciously gave me anything on the day so I can actually show people on the channel what I was gifted and give you the credit you deserve. Subscribe to the channel. As you know, I want Stripey Rambles to grow a little this year. And hit that notification bell because YouTube, for some reason, don't show people my videos. Yeah. And of course, a special thank you to my incredible patrons. Thanks, guys. You're amazing. Right, with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves an amazing rest of the week, guys. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care now.